There was no bloody murder scene. There was no obvious murder weapon. But Carol and Stephen's deaths were cold and calculated murders, carried out by a dangerous man who clearly planned to get away with it. So 9th of April last year, police received a call to two people that had been found deceased, which was Carol and Stephen Baxter. When police entered the home, initial thoughts were that this could possibly be a carbon monoxide incident where it's obviously really unusual that two people would be found deceased at the same time. Initial investigations showed that that was unlikely to be the case. We then needed to send off toxicology after post-mortems to understand how Carol and Stephen had died. And it was when those toxicology reports came back that showed that they both had fatal doses of fentanyl in their system. In any investigation such as this, we've got two people that have died in mysterious circumstances. So officers conducted significant amount of inquiries on Mersey Island to understand who knew Carol and Stephen and who had had access to their home. It was at this point that Luke DeWitt became a suspect. It was identified that he stood to benefit from the will. He was also had access to the address and was in the area at the time. And for those reasons, Luke DeWitt was arrested on suspicion of murdering Carol and Stephen.
Luke, the reason we're here today is I'm going to have to arrest you, and that's on suspicion of murder. All right, as part of a police investigation, you've been identified as being a suspect in relation to the deaths of Caroline and Stephen Baxter, 27th and 9th of April 2023, all right?
Okay. We identified that one of DeWitt's family members had been prescribed fentanyl patches, which can be used as a painkiller. It were these fentanyl patches that were used to kill Carol and Stephen Baxter. We believe that DeWitt placed these fentanyl patches in drinks that he made for Carol and Stephen on the day that they died. Through CCTV and Ring doorbell footage, we were able to show that DeWitt left the property later that day, only to return later on, we believe, to try and cover his tracks. Despite having opportunities to do so during the weekend, DeWitt didn't check on Carol and Stephen. Unfortunately, that culminated on Sunday when their daughter found them deceased. DeWitt quickly arrived on scene that day and took over the 999 call that the daughter had made.
Hi, I'm Luke. I'm the friend. They just called me over.
Okay, right. Are you with the patient now?
They are there.
Right. How many people require help, just to confirm?
Two.
Right.
He even went on to give a really comprehensive false account to officers at the scene, which was captured on body-worn video.
So I literally ran from home to here to come check to here. Okay. And just as I got here, they just smashed the back window to get in. Okay, fair enough.
During the investigation, we identified that Luke DeWitt had created numerous personas, all completely fictional, over 20. And these personas he used to control Carol and Stephen Baxter into believing that they were ill, and ultimately were used on the final day, we believe, that led to their death. So one of the personas that DeWitt created was a doctor in America, and this doctor would have conversations with Carol about the illnesses she had and would give her advice. The doctor even introduced other patients to Carol, and all of these people were personas that DeWitt had created himself in order to maintain that control.
Hi Carol, it's Jelly. It's Jenny. Hi Carol, it's Jenny. It's Cheryl's sister. Yes, oh, it's so nice to finally speak to you after all these messages we've been doing.
We identified that a will had been created which DeWitt stood to benefit from. Investigation showed that this will was fake, and indeed another persona that DeWitt had created was a solicitor who was involved in constructing this will. After DeWitt's arrest, we conducted thorough searches. One of those searches uncovered a bag which had fentanyl patches in, also empty pill capsules and metal tacks. We believe that one of these tacks was placed inside a pill capsule at some point previously and given to Carol. This resulted in her hospitalisation, where the tack was found during an X-ray. We identified that DeWitt had downloaded an iHeart camera on his mobile device. He then used another phone to place in the kitchen of the Baxter's house. And we have shown through phone evidence that this device was effectively spying on Carol and Stephen, and DeWitt was watching them die. We now know DeWitt lied and deceived everyone he met. Those lies and deceptions carried on through the trial. He disgracefully tried to blame Stephen Baxter for the creation of the personas that we now know DeWitt did himself. In all my years in policing, Luke DeWitt is one of the most dangerous men I have ever come across. I have absolutely no doubt in my mind, had he not been caught, he would have gone on to commit further murders.
How do you know that there's been a murder?
Because I killed him, that's why.
Because you committed the murder?
I did do it for self-defence, yes.
Right, okay. Where did this happen, sorry?
I wouldn't know what day of the week it is. Is anybody taking me serious at all? Go to 68 Farriers Court, you'll find a dead body there.
Farriers Court, Farriers.
68 Farriers Court, I don't know if I was tipping, we're all taking drugs that night, I don't know.
And who's the person that you think that you've committed this against?
Well, in self-defence, I didn't do it for no good reason.
Yeah, but who is the person that you've killed?
I don't know what his name was.
Okay, it was a male, was it?
Yeah. He attacked me for a bottle. He come to me 2 times with a bottle. I took it off for him. And then I hit him over the head a couple of times. And then I dug his eyes out. And said something about the back of his throat.
What's your name?
Hello?
Sarah. Have you got any ID on you by chance? Not at all. You just look like someone else I'm looking for as well.
I am?
Yeah.
Is that me then?
Say again.
It must be me, I'll come with you, come on.
What's your name?
Come on, I'll come with you.
What's your name?
Anne-Marie, I'll come
Is it?
with you.
Give me your hands.
Thanks.
You're under arrest on suspicion of murder, okay?
Oh no.
Do not have to say anything about
No,
harm
no,
defence. Failed to mention one question, so let line of court. Anything you do say must give an evidence.
Right, thank you.
Alright.
The consultant came in to us and said, if we believe in God, then you best pray now because we don't think we can save him. So that's when it really hit home how serious it was. He was a very outgoing child, very happy. He had plenty of friends. I won't say he was the perfect child, you know, he had his naughty moments and whatever, but he really loved children and he was really polite to anyone he spoke to as well. After he came out of surgery, found out that his liver had been cut into. The consultant came in to us and said, if we believe in God, and you best pray now because we don't think we can save him. So that's when it really hit home how serious it was. He was put on emergency liver transplant list, and practically at the 11th hour, they found him a liver, to which the operation went quite successful, really. Showed itself by him locking himself away sometimes, not talking, not eating, just becoming withdrawn in himself, really. And obviously when he started to get poorly, he used to be quite delusional as well. Yeah, it completely changed his life. He wasn't the same boy as he used to be, very outgoing, and you know, it was quite difficult to get him indoors actually. But yeah, it became really secluded. Well, I had to, whilst I was with my son, Tristan, you know, I had to bear him saying things like he just wants to walk one last time. Yeah, I can't do that anymore. Like, he was really poorly, his face had blown up. He was just really ill. His feet had blown up. Yeah. Well, if anybody has any information, I urge them to come forward and speak to the police so Tristan can have the justice what he deserves, and also the family and Tristan's friends. I think sometimes you have to think about it. If it was one of your loved ones, what would you do and what would you expect other people to do? And certainly you would expect them to come forward as well. So, you know, if anyone does know anything, please come forward.
Stephen? You, Stephen? Do you want to just sit up? Right, Stephen.
Just a second.
Okay, I'll give you time.
Just a
All right, Stephen. Okay. The time by my watch is 01:53 hours on Sunday the 5th of March 2023. This moment in time, I'm arresting you on suspicion of murder, okay? You do not have to say anything, but it may harm your defence if you do not mention when questioned, something you later rely on in court. Anything you do say may be given in evidence. Do you understand that caution?
Yeah.
Okay. So
what we're presented with is the body of Jane Collinson, which was discovered on Saturday the 4th of March 2023 inside at Barnard Castle. She was deceased and she has numerous injuries, Stephen. Are you responsible for her death or those injuries?
No.
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 Okay.
Uncle David was the loveliest, most caring person you could ever meet. He was very independent. He lived a very simple life. He didn't have expensive material things. He was just a lovely, lovely old man.
Never missed any of your birthdays, so it was very difficult last November not receiving my birthday card as I normally would.
We think he's expecting to find Mr. Vol.1 asleep, but Mr. Vol.1 was awake. He tied him up in a chair. We know that he threatened him, probably with a knife, to get his PIN number. And before leaving the house, cut the phone line so Mr. Vol.1 couldn't call for help. But he left him tied up. We're saying that he left him there to die. Straight away went to a cash point machine, drew out some money, and then over the course of the next 9 days, together with other people, drew out over £8,000 from his account, either from the cash point or buying goods and then pawning them. But then callously returned to Mr. Vol.1's house on the 12th of November. We know now that Mr. Vol.1 was tragically dead at that time. Mohammed untied him, but left him there, didn't call for help, didn't make any call at all, just left him there. He went back to the house purely because he knew that Mr. Vol.1 would have been tied up and went to steal more goods.
To pass away in those circumstances was just cruel, just sick. Worst nightmare. How anyone can do that to another human being, the things that we've heard in court, it's just cruel. We've got no words, we have no thoughts about him. He's just not worth our breath, our energy.
It's a really nasty attack on a vulnerable 78-year-old man who should be safe in his own home. The combination of really painstaking forensic work at the house and then equally going through hundreds of hours of CCTV, we were able to quickly identify Mohammed was responsible and quickly arrested him, but then brought forward a really strong case, which has seen its result today. This is a really unusual, isolated case in terms of the violence that was used towards Mr. Vol.1. Not taking away anything, because he must have been absolutely terrified, but thankfully this is a real isolated incident.
I'm extremely pleased. It was a challenging investigation. It was one at times I feared that we might not be able to solve. We launched a huge CCTV tracking investigation. We had nearly 100 officers working purely on tracking for the first few days, and that investment led us to some units some distance away where the cars ended up going after the offence.
Go, go, go. You go first. There it is.
Show me your hands! You're not making a sudden movement! Show me your hands! Keep your hands up! Get your hands up now! Get your hands! Get your hands to do! Right, you! Get your hands to do! Get them out! You're not making a movement! Get out of the car now! Now! Right. Hands on your back now. Okay, we'll light it up now then. Hold. Vehicle slowing, stand by, stop. Oh please! You! Get out of the car! Get out of the car! Get out of the vehicle now! Walk towards me! Keep walking towards me! Keep walking towards me! Get down on the ground! Put your hands out now! Hands out! Put your hands behind your back!
What's going on? We're looking for someone that's just committed probably the most serious offence people can, alright? What, murder? So we are just trying to work something out. Okay. Alright, just give us your hands for 2 seconds, baby, just for a second. What's going on? Just get around the back. At the minute you're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder. You didn't say anything about home defence, didn't mention when questioned. Something like you're only caught into.
Police! Stay where you are! Do not touch to anything. Who else is home? What's going on? What the hell is going on?
Listen to what my colleague's got to say. Right, you're under arrest on suspicion of conspiracy to kidnap. You do not have to say anything.
What is going on? What are you
Listen
talking about?
I mention one question, something which relates to line into anything you do so may begin with.
Can you tell me what you're talking about? You're getting your Dubai, right?
You are very necessities for the arrest are to allow for a prompt and effective investigation by interview and to prevent any further physical harm to the person. Okay, we'll talk about it back.
To who? Can you please explain to me what the hell is going on?
So, at the moment, you're under arrest for conspiracy to kidnap.
Who?
Holly Willoughby.
I think those ones are warm.
That's the allegation.
Okay, where's that come from?
Like I said, it'll be explained to you in custody, and you'll be interviewed about it. I'm not going to tell you any further than that at this current time, okay?
Okay then.
But that is the allegation.
I'm not going to lie, she's a fantasy of mine. I mean, she's a fantasy of a lot of guys, isn't she? Right, okay.
Anywhere in Florida.
Being destroyed. Mate, if you'd have knocked, I'd have opened and spoke to you.
As we said, the reason
I was literally just about to go to bed.
The reason that they're going into that is because of the offence that you've been arrested for. We need to make sure that we can gather as much evidence as we can as quickly as we can. So we've had to put the door in to secure the evidence. All right.
You've got no reason. Yeah. I mean, based on what you said, I can pretty much guess what you're looking for.
One young man was shot to the chest, another to the leg and another to the foot. Thankfully, they all received urgent medical care which saved their lives. It was obvious to us from the start that this was a gang-related shooting. The offenders expected to find persons in the crowd who they deemed to be rival gang members and committed this offence in furtherance of a gang dispute which has plagued the streets of Birmingham for years. The investigation was complicated. The gunman sat in the rear of that vehicle, fired 4 shots into the crowd. Offenders had taken good steps to cover their tracks. The stolen vehicle had been quickly deposited. They left nothing behind aside from the bullets in their victims and casings found on the street nearby. A huge amount of CCTV was recovered and viewed. The telecoms evidence scrutinised as well, and forensic inquiries to link suspects to the vehicle.
All right, mate. Mr. Berman, you're under arrest for the attempted murder on Friday the 24th of February 2023 on Hampstead Road.
If ever you can expect a moment in time where you should be able to feel safe and mourn your loved one peacefully, it should be at a funeral and the following wake. You can see on the CCTV the congregation is gathered, and as the vehicle drives past and the shots are fired, you can just see the sheer panic in the group as they run, searching for any place to hide and save their own lives. Not only do we have the 3 young men that were shot, we also had a young girl who was trampled in the crowd who also received significant injuries. I've absolutely no doubt it will affect the people present at that wake for years to come, and in some cases the rest of their lives. We're really happy with the successes of the investigation, and it's a great result to have.
Are you doing alright? Where is that? Guys over here.
Oh, yeah, you're right.
Yeah, I'll come over this side. How you doing? Alright. How you doing? Okay. Just step over here. You get that look on.
Let me just come on.
You okay?
Tell my laces. Yeah.
Come on. ऊपर ऊंची कर. One more time. Bye. Enough. Good, bro. Looking good. Looking good. Awesome.
That's buzzing, that is.
Yeah, that's it.
Sold up the sweater. That's it. Just go behind him there. Just don't do anything. So jump up on there and sit down. Room to open them. We'll sort everything out. Okay. We'll sort everything out in a bit. Yeah, we'll sort everything in a bit and then we'll put it on.
The way in which Lee Clark disposed of Phil's body was callous and inhumane. He thought he could get away with murder. On New Year's Eve in 2022, we received a call into our control room from a member of public who was walking their dog. They identified something suspicious within Oakwood Pond in Harlow. Officers attended the scene and identified that it was human remains. Soon after that, a murder investigation was launched. With an investigation such as this, there's many different specialist units within the force that we utilise. On this occasion particularly, the search unit were invaluable. The searching of ponds and lakes is incredibly difficult and presents many challenges. Some of those on this occasion were challenges around caring for the wildlife properly, being able to drain ponds as much as we can, but also searching in water where visibility is incredibly reduced, making it difficult for our officers to be able to identify evidence. Our officers in the Serious Crime Directorate spent many hours talking to the community of Harlow, without which this investigation wouldn't have been solved. The local community of Harlow played a vital part in this investigation. This man thought he would get away with murder, and if it wasn't for the community of Harlow coming together, we wouldn't have been able to resolve this investigation as quickly as we did. Within 48 hours after forensic testing, we were able to identify the victim as 59-year-old Philip Lewis, known locally in Harlow as Scottish Phil. He was a resident of Harlow, and we believe he was murdered in mid-November. After significant inquiries in the community, Lee Clark was quickly identified as a suspect, and he was arrested within 4 days. He was charged soon after with the murder of Phil. The community of Harlow will be aware that after the charge, we spent weeks in the town searching different locations and several ponds where we did identify some more of Philip's remains. In order to present the best case at court, hundreds of hours of CCTV were viewed. Some of that CCTV identified Clark removing items from his flat around the time of the murder. This was a significant investigation for Essex Police. Our officers and staff worked incredibly hard to get justice for Phil and his family.
I got a call and the lady said it's like something happened to Rita. I don't want to scare you, but just said he's in trouble. And I was, what you, excuse me? He said, but I will call you back to, I'm not sure, but, you know. I said, excuse me, what do you, he said, no, calm down, nothing happened, but I just want to, but I'll call you back to let you know. And I was going and I was so scared. Because it wasn't clear. So I tried to call my son. I called him. That's when I knew that something is not right. So I started speaking the word. I started praying. I said, God, nothing will happen to my son. There's no way. You're not good at your son will die. No. So, yeah, and in the next 1 hour, she called me again and said my son will start. I said, no, calm down, Rita. It was, but nobody, maybe he's in the hospital. I said, where is he? He said, I don't know, but that's when we started panicking. I tried again to call. It will ring and nobody's speaking it. I was speaking in talk. I was talking. I said, God, keep my son. He will never die. Keep him. Yeah. We went to hiding place and they said there's nobody. They don't have that name there. So where is my son? They said they don't know. Maybe call police and find out. Yeah, so we called them. My friend called them and they said they didn't know anything about that. Okay, we'll call you back. Let's find out. So they didn't know who he was. Then still, in my mind, my son is alive. Never, I didn't go. No, I said thinking of his dead. No. I said, Rita. I said, yes. He said, okay. Okay. Can we take you home? And I was, excuse me. I'm here to see my son. I said, can you take me? Take me home to do what? He said, no, yeah, so that we can chat and we'll tell you exactly. I said, no, I'm not going anywhere. Then still, sad. And I was, my son screamed, and my friend, they screamed. I didn't say anything. I didn't even get it. It's like, yeah. Then it didn't make sense to me then. After some seconds, it's like, excuse me, what did you just say? Did I hear you say my son? That's when it was done and I just ran out. I didn't even know where I was going. I don't know. I don't know what happened. I just ran out and they came after me and where is my son now? And they told me he stayed there. I said, my son, and it was raining that day. I said, excuse me, tell him my son is still there. And that this rain, my son. I said, yes, he's still there, but they will take him out. They can't just take him out. And I said, I'm going there. They said they will not allow me. I begged. Take me there, let me wake my son up. They said, no, God. They will not allow me to see the sight of, It was a nightmare. It was a nightmare. But my mind was, how was the last word? thinking of yours and I was stabbed. A lot of, I don't know. It was a nightmare. That a boy that just left and telling you that he's gone and and every day it's like I will still thinking, oh, he will open the door and come. No, it wasn't real. Then I was still expecting him to come in. It's like every day, every blessed day I would just be looking at the door for him to come. Sometimes I would say to Jesse, please, can you open that door? I will open his door. It's like, I can smell it. Maybe I will open his room. Life. So much. But there's nothing anyone can do. That's life. That's why it's like everywhere. It's beaches. I don't want to turn without seeing my son. He's still part of us. The pain is too much. Anytime I try to think about that scenario, it's like, yeah. He's a lovely boy. He's such... He pulled crouch. You can see that, yes. He's loved. Just 17 years old.
On a Monday evening in May last year, university student Anna Jędrzejkowiak had finished a shift at a restaurant in Ealing and was walking home with a friend when she was brutally attacked by a man wearing a balaclava and armed with a knife. She suffered 40 stab wounds to the body and a deep wound to the neck, almost decapitating her in what was a brutal and cowardly attack. As her attacker fled the scene, Anna died in an alleyway. She was 21 years old. The Met's Homicide Command were brought in to investigate. Scenes were cordoned off in order to preserve forensics and to gather evidence, and interviews were conducted with witnesses. The surrounding CCTV was reviewed to piece together the killer's movements. Working backwards, he could be seen in front of the restaurant where Anna worked, pacing back and forth. A few hours earlier, he was seen purchasing a knife from a shop in Ealing. My team explored CCTV, phone data, and carried out extensive inquiries to build a wider picture of the suspect's movements, discovering that he visited Anna's home address and her place of work numerous times, including the night before her murder. We established that he arrived in London 2 days before the murder via a coach that departed from Newport, Wales. We quickly identified Dennis Akpamodi, who lived in Newport and was Anna's ex-boyfriend. His image was a match to the CCTV. We suspected he would attempt to flee by the same mode of transport they arrived on, so we deployed to the coach station with a photograph. By following this trail at pace, Dennis Akpamodi was arrested in under 22 hours for the murder of Anna. This was a premeditated attack by a man who simply could not accept the end of his relationship with Anna. When he said to her, "We will be together no matter what, I will find you," he meant it. Upon his arrest, forensic examination discovered bloodstains that were DNA matches to Anna on his right shoe. Data from Anna's phone revealed a brief connection in Gunnersbury Park. A police search revealed both the phone and the murder weapon in the round pond. Bloodstains were again a match. A black bag which had been seen in a bus CCTV in his possession was also recovered. TfL's Lost Property Department had picked it up, and further bloodstains were identified and matched, and the receipt for the murder weapon was also found. The evidence left no doubt as to the killer's identity. Anna's sister said in her impact statement, "For my family and I, losing her leaves us an enormous hole in our hearts that will never be filled. It's unbearable pain, a pain that will never go away and will be with us for the rest of our lives." Across the Met, there is an unrelenting effort to tackle violence against women and girls and to prevent the stalking and harassment of victims. If a partner or ex-partner shows behaviour that is fixated, obsessive, unwanted or repeated, think of these 4 warning signs and contact police.
There's the car. Strike, strike, strike. Oh, please! Get your... Oh, got his hands! Got his hands!
Get him! Get him!
Yep. Anthony Russell, you're under arrest for the murder of 3 people. You do not have to say anything but my army defence. You do not meant to question something which you later rely on court as. You do say maybe given evidence.
This was an appalling series of violent attacks. Don't lose sight of, at the heart of this, there are 3 people who lost their lives, and another 3 people who were subject to violent robberies and again left for dead. Each of those in their own way were vulnerable people, either due to mental health, due to illness or due to age. So the chain of events we know now, it was the murder of David Williams. David was an associate, a friend of Russell. We don't know exactly why he killed him, but we think there was some kind of disagreement. David's mum, Julie, was obviously concerned for David. She hadn't seen him. She went to Russell and asked him if she'd seen David, knowing that he was dead. He was actually dead in his flat. He said he hadn't seen him and actually helped Julie look for him. You know, again, another callous way. But then we know that he then killed Julie in an attempt to cover her tracks, and again a violent attack, leaving her dead in her house. From there we know that he knew there was a murder inquiry and fled from Coventry, went over to Leamington, and there tragically he befriended another person, a vulnerable female. She was pregnant, Nicole McGregor. He befriended her and killed her, left her body in a parkland. But again, another callous way. He spoke to her boyfriend, who was looking for her, and helped him look for her. So again, another callous way of covering his tracks, but used extreme violence. Russell was extremely dangerous, and obviously we need to arrest him as quickly as possible. This was a significant manhunt, indeed one of the biggest manhunts that West Midlands Police has run, and we work with colleagues from other forces around here, including Warwickshire and Staffordshire, who subsequently arrested him in their car. CCTV, both recovery of the CCTV and the painstaking watching of that CCTV was crucial to this case. Over 9,000 hours of CCTV was gathered. It took us over 6 months to piece that together, just to show exactly what Russell had been doing over those 7 days of violence. And that CCTV evidence, along with forensic evidence, witness evidence, that weight of evidence has led to these guilty pleas from Russell. Russell, an extremely dangerous man, used extreme violence in all of the offences, showed no remorse. Indeed, when he was questioned by the police, he wouldn't be interviewed. He sat with a blanket over his head and wouldn't engage with the officers interviewing him.
Just confirm your name for me. Israel Shah. Cool. Israel Shah. Time's 2 minutes to 4. Okay, you're under arrest for first instance warrant relating to the murder of Robert Powell.
magistrates at Chelmsford Magistrates Court have issued a warrant for your arrest, and that's in relation to a murder, possession of a firearm with intent to endanger life, and wounding with intent.
Open the door!
He's here.
Show us your hands! Police officer taser! Police officer taser! Stay still! Stay still! Police officer taser! Police officer taser! Do not move!
Cuffs, please.
Get him up. Sorry, 2 seconds.
We're going to stand him up.
No problem.
No problem. This moment in time, mate, you're under arrest on suspicion of murder.
Okay, yeah.
You haven't said anything but it might be defensive, you're not mentioning questions.
These were horrific, unprovoked attacks on men in their 70s and 80s. These were two men who had left their mosques after their prayers, very close to Ramadan starting, so you can understand the tensions and the fears in the wider Muslim community. You can see from the CCTV that these attacks were planned. You can hear from the screams of Mr. Riaz, which were caught on CCTV, that he must have been in indescribable pain. The victims have been left with lasting injuries and significant mental trauma. I'd like to thank them and their families for the courage that they've shown and the support that they've provided to us throughout this ordeal.
Show your hands now! Hands! Keep your hands where I can see them! Do not make any sudden movements! Driver, listen to me!
Who are you looking for?
I'm looking for a I can help her. What's going on? and
Uniform
what
one night?
Yeah, I can help her. What's going on? Yeah. No, I know what happened. I know the people there involved. So,
Go again.
but we need to dig deep, you know?
Thank you. What's your name?
I'm not gonna tell you my name. I don't give a because I know what happened. And you need me to know, figure it out what happened. If you don't have me, you don't know what happened.
I'm looking
I just
for
know that some guy come here
Yeah.
and then he up some guy. I don't know
What?
happened.
Right.
I don't know what happened. He just got You're gonna think about me, but it's not gonna be me because you have no proof.
So you think something's happened to a male in this address?
No, I know what happened.
What
I know
happened then?
everything.
Tell
I
me
know
what
everything.
happened.
This city is mine. I'm not gonna
This
tell you
city's
what
yours,
happened.
is it?
Yeah, this city is mine.
Can you get in the van, please? You've been arrested, okay? We're trying
I've been arrested,
we're
yeah, so
trying,
send me the law.
We're trying not.
Okay,
we're
send me.
trying not to manhandle you, but we need you to get in the van.
We lived in Hertfordshire originally. We came to Huntingdon when Sam was 13, just about 14. He went to Hinchinbrook School and then he went to Huntingdon Regional College. Sam was a very gentle child, very quiet. Was never the leader, you know, was always the follower. So when his brother said, let's climb the apple tree, children would follow. He was very loving, just like anybody else's little boy. When he was little, we discovered the ford at Hilton.
Oh, yeah.
And he loved the way the water came over the car. Puddles, anything. The water came over the car. He loved the sound and the way the water hit the windscreen. About a week before his murder, I was watching him leave. And he walked along the path, probably about 10, 15 metres. And he didn't even turn round, but he just said, "Love you, Mum." Our lives will never be the same. Our whole world has been knocked off its axis. Nobody deserves to end their lives like this. Nobody. If you have some information, please contact the police. If you need to give it anonymously, phone the Crime Stoppers number. But please come forward. Please give us the answers that we need. Please help us find the people who did this.
Please open the door! Who else in the property? What's that for? Carl? Yeah. Right, you're under arrest for murder. You don't have to say anything but it may harm your defence. If you do not mention one question, should be later on in court. Anything you do say may be given evidence. Yes, tweeted. Hey, John.
Ambulance emergency, is the patient breathing?
Hello, darling, I'm in the ambulance right now.
Is the patient breathing?
No, she's not really breathing very well. She turned blue. I'm about to lose my wife, right? And I'm really scared. I'm really, really petrified.
Right, okay, so you need to do the chest compression, so count out loud so I can count with you, okay?
That's dead. He's gone. Yeah, I'm sure we will.
Mr. Cooper, did you have any knowledge or involvement in Fiona Hunn's death? Did you kill Fiona Hunn?
No comment.
A domestic abuser who brutally murdered Naomi Hunt and Fiona Home has been sentenced to spend the rest of his life in prison. Carl Cooper is a jealous and controlling man who abused women with vulnerabilities. He left Naomi to die alone after he stabbed her multiple times, but to this day refuses to tell us where Fiona's body is.
Our family is waking up every single day. The first things on our mind is, where is my mum? Where is our sister? Where is my daughter?
Although Cooper is now in prison, our investigation will not stop until Fiona has been returned to her family, who have continued to grieve without knowing where she is. We are appealing for your help to bring her family the answers they deserve and the opportunity to bury Fiona.
She was such a caring and loving person, and I would say that she's one in a million, that you're never going to find someone who's with such a big heart and cares for the homeless, cares for people that she doesn't even know, and gives them her last penny if she could. That no one has got no decency to actually come forward and give her the right burial that she needs. She needs to be brought home so we can.
In February 2022, Naomi was found in her Woolwich home with stab wounds. A neighbour discovered her body, prompting an immediate murder investigation. Carl Cooper, who was Naomi's partner at the time and was near to her home, was identified as a suspect and arrested. Due to insufficient evidence, he was bailed, then released under investigation. In June 2023, Fiona Home from Blackheath was reported missing. She was last seen on CCTV on Verdant Lane in Catford shortly before 11 p.m. on Tuesday the 20th of June. She was never seen again.
Did you kill Fiona Home?
No comment.
And did you intend to kill Fiona Home?
No comment.
Or did you intend to cause her serious injury?
No comment.
Cooper was linked to both women through his violent, possessive relationships with them. He was the last person to see Fiona alive, and he was arrested for her murder. Over 30 locations were searched, including houses, vehicles, garages and lockups. Despite extensive efforts, Fiona's body remains undiscovered. Our investigation revealed that Cooper went to significant lengths to hide Fiona's murder. Despite being the middle of summer, he set a number of fires in the garden of his home and of a nearby address he had access to. He sold some clothing to a market trader.
I'll just show you those two photos first, please. Mr. Cooper, are these the items that you sold to the man from Deptford Market?
No comment.
These are the items, obviously, that have been picked out by the family that they believe belonging to Fiona.
Cooper also completely changed the appearance of his living room, removing wallpaper and cutting his net curtains. He removed the living room TV and 2/3 of his large white modular sofa. The sofa pieces had the white pleather material removed, eventually ending up shredded in a waste processing plant in Sweden. However, despite his efforts, forensic scientists found traces of Fiona's blood on his Wi-Fi router, television, the living room walls and on the net curtains. In June of this year, Carl Cooper appeared at Woolwich Crown Court accused of the murders of Naomi Hunt and Fiona Home and was found guilty. He was sentenced to 35 years in prison. We continue to investigate the possibility that Cooper had help to remove Fiona's body. We are appealing to the public. If you have any information about where Fiona may be, please get in touch with the police or Crime Stoppers.
It was just so hard. There's no words for it. It still is hard, even though that we've got justice. It feels like we haven't got full justice because we still can't find her. So it's tearing us up in the inside and outside because it's ruining all of our lives. He's ruined it. He's ruined all of our lives.
Okay, hands below your back. Hands below your back. Okay, hands below your back. Hands below your back.
Where is he?
He's there.
Yes, yes, hold the air. Put your hands in the air now. Put your hands in the air. Show me your hands. Get on your knees. Get on your knees. On your knees. Put your hands behind your head. Hands behind your head. But don't move. Don't move. You're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder. You don't have to say anything. May I'm defence to mention my questions on your line in court. And if you do so, give evidence.
20 years ago today, on Monday, the 18th of June 2001, 15-year-old schoolgirl Danielle Sarah Jones left her home in East Tilbury to go to school. Little did anyone on that day know that not only would she never be seen again, but that her disappearance and murder would touch the lives of so many of us here at Essex Police from that moment and for the ensuing 20 years. From her disappearance to the eventual realisation that she had been murdered, to the conviction of her uncle, right through to now, Danielle's murder has affected hundreds of us here at Essex Police. Every one of us has felt the pain of Mum and Dad, Linda and Tony, and of course brothers Ryan and Mitch. And their pain and suffering drove us to deliver justice for them and Danielle. Many of you who have come to know the family through this case still feel their pain as they continue to live without having been able to say a final goodbye to their lovely daughter. They will never give up hope of finding Danielle and giving her the burial that she deserves. And we will always remain committed to achieving this for them. Hundreds of our detectives, officers and staff were involved in the early days of the search for Danielle and what later became the search for her body. Dozens of our detectives were also involved, building the case that saw the successful conviction of her killer. And over the years, many of us have been involved in investigating leads in the hope of one day finding her body. Over the years, we have continued in our commitment to act on every piece of information in the hope that one day we will be able to return Danielle to Mum and Dad and the rest of her family so that she can finally be laid to rest. Today we gather to remember the life of Danielle, that vibrant young girl, to remember the pain and loss of her mum, dad and siblings, to pause and consider all the things that Danielle never got to know and do because her life was so tragically cut short. But most of all, in remembering Danielle, we remember our pledge to her parents and the rest of her family that we will always act on any information we receive that may bring us closer to bringing her home.
Dijon was just 14, he was just a child, just an innocent child. His whole life ahead of him. He wanted to be a dentist, he was a talented footballer, and now that future's been cruelly taken away from him. And we've heard from the family today, and they came to court every day during the trial. And I can't imagine what that must have been like. They've seen graphic CCTV of the last moments of their precious son's life. That must have been absolutely heartbreaking, and now they've got to live with that for the rest of their lives, without their son, without seeing him grow up and grow into the man that he should have been.
This was a very CCTV centred investigation, and what we found through that meticulous work was that Jack encountered the two defendants on Franchise Street near Wednesbury when he was with two friends himself. He didn't recognise the defendants at first, had their faces covered, but they seemed to know him, and Jack then got speaking to them and did know them. They've walked together along the street for a bit and then have gone into an area called Cookie Park by people locally, a bit of grassland just off Cook Street. Throughout the time when the group are together, the younger defendant has consistently threatened Jack, saying things like, "I want to learn to drive so I can drive at you," and "I want to put you on a fire and burn you," and consistently threatened him and goaded Jack. Ultimately, it got to the point where Jack didn't feel comfortable and said to the friends he was with he wanted to leave, and so went to say goodbye to these two males. The elder of the two, Brandon Price, who's now 19, then lashed out with Jack with a knife, a kitchen knife, going to stab him about 4 times, causing serious injury to Jack's heart. What I think really compounds this offence is we see on CCTV that the two offenders run out of the park, and there's some audio on one of the CCTV cameras that captures what the prosecution case is, that is the two of them whooping, celebrating, and that one of them, and we don't know which, seems to be shouting "kill, kill." The two of them run off, quickly hiding the knife down a drain, which is also captured on CCTV, and then seem to continue off and act out what's happened, which again is captured on CCTV as they make their escape. I hope from the verdicts that there is some justice for Jack's family from this, but there will never ever be a way of bringing Jack back, and he's been taken in the prime of his life because of the actions of these two teenagers, and that's something that would be really, really difficult to recover from.
As most people are aware, on the 21st of March 2015, we as a family lost a husband and father as well as a best friend. The community also lost a kind, caring and loving soul. Since this day, our lives have not and cannot be the same. To see such a strong personality, an independent man, be beaten to the point he was no longer able to take care of himself, to communicate his own needs and wishes, and to miss out on life as a whole was devastating. Simon was the life and soul of any party. There was never a dark day when he was around. We lost part of him the day he was attacked, but together we kept smiling and continued to give him the best life we could. As a family, we had to come to terms with the fact that he would never be the Simon we all knew and loved. We were just grateful to still have some part of him, his gorgeous smile that could light up any room and that cheeky twinkle in his eye. But being grateful for this also highlighted how selfish we were being. We could see the pain and suffering he was experiencing daily, and the worst part of this was that there was nothing we could do to take this away. From the moment Simon woke from his comas, doctors were very transparent about Simon's injuries and that his life expectancy was to be short. Simon would inevitably die from his injuries. However, we didn't realise just how little time we had left. On the 21st of October 2020, Simon fell asleep peacefully after spending one last day with me and our daughter Emily. On this day, we as a family lost my beautiful husband and father once again, but this time forever. As much as it pained us to say a final goodbye, we now have peace knowing he is no longer trapped inside his battered body with no escape. We have had over 5 of the most horrendous years, and we now grieve all over again, whilst the individuals who planned and carried out this attack walk free, left to live their lives however they wish, without a second thought for any of us. Simon was 48 years old with so much to look forward to. Now he won't be able to grow old with me or watch his daughter get married and his grandchildren grow up. All these beautiful memories we could have made stolen from us. We would like to take this opportunity to thank Essex Police for all their hard work, and we continue to support them in their investigations to bring the persons to justice. We hope that no other families will ever have to go through the heartache and loss we have. Therefore, if anyone has any information relating to the attack on Simon, we ask that you come forward. Any details, no matter how small, will aid in the ongoing investigation. Thank you.
Nathan Williams, come to the front door! Do it now! Nathan, walk down the stairs now! Let's leave your option, please. Let's prep it. Let's leave. Nathan, walk towards me! Walk towards me! Keep walking! Keep walking! What's ID? What's ID? What's your ID? What's your name? Nathan, you got any weapons on you? No.
CCTV just shows the savagery of this attack. This has been a painstaking investigation. There's a lot of CCTV that we've seen today, plus footage for members of the public, and using forensic techniques as well. I was able to identify those individuals who were responsible. I can understand that anyone seeing that footage today will naturally be alarmed, and I want to make it clear that tackling people carrying knives and serious youth violence is a priority for West Midlands Police. So we have a dedicated task force, Project Guardian, whose sole job it is to target this type of crime. They're patrolling in areas that knife crime is seen as prevalent. We recognise we can't do this alone. It's not just the police's job, it's the roles of parents, of schools, of community groups. We have an initiative, the Community Initiative for Reducing Violence, again, which is there to deter people from carrying knives, shows the consequences. Sadly today shows the consequence of carrying knives and helps young people go on a different pathway.
My brother's world revolved around his family. It was the alpha and omega, everything was about the family, but all just hollowed out. It's really, really devastating to the point that I can't explain. There's not enough, I don't have the words, I don't have enough adjectives to actually fully describe how we feel. With my family, we have to go to a grave to visit my brother. If you make a choice to carry a knife, if you make a choice to associate with people that go around regularly with knives, you've made a choice, you've made a decision. Every single time, it's your choice.
They sat down on one of the benches and were having a conversation around cricket. What he didn't realise at that point in time was that he'd been followed by a 15-year-old boy, and once him and his friend were sat down, that 15-year-old boy confronted Mohammed and suggested that he had been involved in a previous assault on the cousin of that 15-year-old boy. There is absolutely no evidence to suggest that that's the case. The 15-year-old boy kept on pressurising him and accusing him to the point where Mohammed essentially told him to go away. And it was at that point that he pulled a knife out of his clothing and stabbed Mohammed sadly straight through the chest. The CCTV is horrific. This is a Saturday afternoon in the middle of Birmingham city centre. It's a very busy area, not only shoppers but tourists who just come to see that part of the city. And the fact that a young man can be having that nice day out with his friend, and then suddenly he's confronted by someone who's happy to carry a knife and then use a knife and stab him in the way that he was stabbed. It is just awful. Devastating impact on Mohammed's family. You know, they have lost their son in the most horrific of circumstances. You know, they thought he was safe in Birmingham, and you know, like all families touched by this type of tragedy, they will say their life will never be the same again. They'll never see him grow up, get married, have children. You know, and the void that has been left in their lives is unmeasurable.
Over the last 20 years, Essex Police has never given up on our commitment to secure justice for Stuart Lubbock and his family. Earlier this year, as part of our continued investigation into this case, we arrested a man on suspicion of the murder and indecent assault of Stuart. Today, the man we arrested back in March this year has been released without charge. This decision comes after our extensive investigation spanning 20 years, consideration of all the evidence gathered, both previously and recently, and of course having worked closely with the Crown Prosecution Service and received the benefit of their expert legal advice. Based on all of this, we have taken the decision that there is insufficient evidence to reach the level where there is a realistic chance of a successful prosecution. We have worked tirelessly to secure justice for Stuart, for his devoted father Terry, and for the whole family, and we will continue to do so. This news is a huge personal disappointment to all of the detectives involved in this case. We have explored all possible lines of inquiry, and sometimes, regrettably, the evidence is not yet there to issue charges. I know that this may be of little comfort to Stuart's father and his family. At every stage, it is the Lubbock family and our search for justice for them that dominates our thoughts and our actions. We have tried our best. We will continue to try our best. We will not give up on our quest for justice for Stuart. For the last 20 years, as we have continuously stated, two things have remained consistent. One is the commitment of Essex Police to deliver justice for Stuart and his father Terry. The second is that we believe of those present on the night Stuart died, someone there that evening was responsible, and someone knows what happened. Our investigation into Stuart's death has never closed and will not close. As we have repeatedly said, we believe someone or some people at that party know what happened. We continue to urge anyone who has information to come forward and help us. Help us for Stuart, for Terry, and for justice.
Oh yeah, Mark, just listen to me a second.
Yeah, I understand that. Yeah, I understand that.
At the moment, alright, it is 17:19 hours. The minute you're under arrest on suspicion of attempted murder. You do not have to say anything, but may harm your defence if you do not mention any questions, from which they try and. You do say maybe get evidence.
When you get interviewed, obviously that'll be your chance to put your side of the story across.
Oh, it's just for all life.
No, yeah, and just remind you that you're under caution, so just to save it for your interview.
That's it.
I know, and I get that.
My life's ended.
But obviously, I'm just.
My life's ended now.
Get you up on your back! Coming in. On your back!
So with all these dodgy people, you know, how easy is it to get in contact with somebody that can make someone disappear?
As soon as he gets off the train.
I wasn't talking about him.
Yeah.
Although...
I don't know, it's not that hard, basically. I just need to know, like, name, date of birth, picture.
Is it costly?
Rough whereabouts. Can be costly, yeah. Depends what you want done.
How costly?
If you want them just tied up, taped up and kicked the fuck out of and left in Thetford Forest, tied and taped to a tree in a gay forest, that's perfectly fine. You can get that arranged. Or other things are very, very, very expensive. We're looking at like 10, 15 grand for see you later. And they have to come from London and all sorts, and yeah.
But reliable?
Just to get someone bundled in the boot of the car and kicked to death and left in Thetford Forest is a lot cheaper. I can get pikeys to do that.
Yeah, but then you've got a trace, haven't you?
Almost, yeah. Why? Who do you want to disappear?
I told you that I'd have to tell you my past.
Right.
Which may involve me bursting into tears.
Right. So we're just going to say like the ex-husband or something, yeah?
Pretty much.
Is he the military one with the 1,000-yard weird stare or something? Because they're...
It's just to make you aware of a male and female that have been attacked by a machete.
What's the postcode of the location, please?
2181 will be detained male.
He's alive.
Believe it's Angus. Stay there for us now.
Angus, what for?
Stay there.
What
Bring
for?
your arms out.
What for?
Bring your arms out where I can see them.
What for?
2956, Mount Tank.
Get all know the camera of the unit because I've got two now.
He's alive, come.
Hell now, straight down the back. Angus!
Listen, I swear,
Angus!
You teasing me, mate. I'm going to slap you straight in the face.
Ellie, I've got two, Angus and Cal. Stay where you are now.
He's alive.
Stay where you are.
I'm getting light, I'm on top floor. Anyway, mate. What am I wanting?
Stay where you are.
What am I wanting for? Listen, come.
Straight down the back of the houses.
I'll knock them out. Take it, I'll knock them out. Take it, I'll knock them out. Take it, I'll knock them out.
Get down!
Take it, I'll knock them out. Take it, I'll knock them out.
Get back now!
Take it, I'm not taking. I'm not taking. Mate, get the plate and you stop.
Get on the floor.
Mate, how you doing? Take it. Mate, doing.
Stay where you are now. Stay where you are.
Let them off.
Get your hands out, you puppets.
Let them off. Let them
Get your hands out, you puppets.
Let them off.
Get your hands out, you puppets.
Jesus, I
Get your hands out.
Jesus, I swear to God, I'll kill you.
Get your hands out, you puppets.
Come on, daughters. 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 Go on.
Teaser! Put your arms out now! Put your arms out!
Officer safety supersedes any forensic issue.
Put your arms out!
Arms out now! Look, I want a light! I want a cigarette! Come on!
Okay, still non compliant.
I want a light, that's all I want.
Get your hands out, you butt now! Put your hands out! Put your hands on your back now! Get the arm out now!
Listen, who are you?
That's you again!
I don't give a fuck.
Get hands on, hold on.
3 times.
What are you doing, man? There's no need for this.
Calm yourself down.
All I want is a cigarette.
Roger.
He's chucked a knife in that bush up there.
Who's chucked a knife?
There's definitely a blade, yeah. Get on your side.
Listen, I've got injuries all up my arms. I've got injuries all up my fucking arms.
Yeah, what's the current location?
I want me. Who do you think you are, like? Shut up. Who are you talking about? Stamp all over you. Do you think I give a f*** what a taser?
Terrace, head down the hill. Yeah. See my panda. You got shell in, I've won this way.
Right, so what am I wanting for?
You're locked up for attempt murder, alright? You don't have to say anything.
Attempt murder?
You don't mention question. Don't wish you little line and court. Anything you do to me, it's alright. It's 10 to 10.
I want a fight, I want a tub. All I want is a tub.
I'll get somebody to sort it in a minute.
What?
I'm not talking to you.
Listen, I'm not talking to you. Attempted murder, what for?
Just relax.
I'm a lax man. No, I need to go to hospital. I've got a big hole in my arm. I want a cigarette. I'm not fitting well. I've got a big hole in my fucking arm.
Talking about you. Talking about the officers.
Oh, but you look me arm, man. Cameron! He's lucky at the tail. You're very, very lucky, mate. I would levy you. Do you know that?
Aye.
You do? That's why I've got them. Attempted murder. Attempted fucking murder on what? Cameron! No comment, son. Listen. Listen, Cam. I've got any phone.
Aye.
I want my property.
You get it?
And I want my tabs to hospital.
You won't get them yet, right?
Well, listen, watch what happens. I guarantee
Watch
I can sell this one.
Ah! You're fully arrested for assault PC, alright? Times 1855. Court applies. Jordan and Megan to take this van off you. Okay, mate. Jordan and Megan, got a van as well. 285. We'll just take as sterile as possible. Aye, if you swap over, mate. Shut up! Got the eye washing that van. Did he clout you? No, he just spat in my face.